Ministries International presents Communion Service. Hi, family. Happy Sunday. Happy family reunion to my Clark family. I wish I could be there with you all. Love you, and I'll see you next year. And after a brief message by the elder Dr. Douglas Clark, we'll share communion. Take it away, Dad.
Howdy, and blessings to each and every one of you under the sound of my voice. You know, I think that every man likes to take a risk. I should say every man and woman is part of the nature that God has extended to each of us. We take a risk at all of the time. But, you know, sometimes, as the song says, in times like this, in these perilous times, I think we should stop and look back and see where we have come or where we have come to. We're in bad shape, folks, and we need to recover what God has given and promised to us. Some of us are so far outside of the circle. My aunt used to sing a song, "Will the circle be unbroken?" And, oh, here we are. Let's just look around at things that are going on. We see so many things that God is trying to speak to us. This is my opinion. When we stop and look at half the country burning, the other half flooded.
Earthquakes and volcanoes.
And wild temperatures.
Yep.
All to me express His will.
Reminding us that we don't control a thing.
We ain't doing right.
Oh, well, that too.
Hey, I mean, we just have
That
to get
too.
down. We gotta go back. We were in better shape at one time. I can remember when growing up, never locked our doors. Of course, we lived out on the farm, but we didn't care about that. Now people get out of their cars and walk 3 steps to the store,
Click.
lock the
Click, click.
all over.
I do it.
And this is not His will. One point he said, love each other, one another. And we have strayed from that.
That I go to church and lock my door.
Mm-hmm. Which is just what we're
Well,
doing.
I'm not worried about the people in the church, but you know, people from just walking in the vicinity.
Might as well worry about those in the church, because they'll come out and shoot up everything. If we're looking at a time now where, look at every day, we're killing each other. See, they used to talk about being in the ghetto and looking at Chicago. Now it's the whole country.
Mm-hmm.
What are we coming to? Over in Psalms 34, it reads, "I will bless the Lord at all times." Hint, hint, hint. I will bless the Lord at all times. We hardly have time for God anymore. We got so much to do. We have to almost write out an itinerary for us just during the normal day.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get up. We got this to do and the other to do. And sometimes we get up and don't even thank the Lord that you were able to get up.
Don't even pray over our
Oh,
food.
Lord, I got to say, I know. It's a blessing that I'm able to get up. Even though I call myself afflicted, but I still get up and thank the Lord, because He didn't have to do it,
That's right.
but He did.
Yes, He did.
I've done enough during my time. I should be underneath the jail. But He has blessed me. And now that I look back and see that I didn't even take time to bless Him, as most of us, we've been blessed when we don't even know.
More times than you
You've
think.
been, you've been you've been going down the highway and something happened and you could see that you almost should have been in an accident, but you didn't.
I don't take that for granted. Now, if there's like something that stops me or detours me or whatever from whatever it was I was supposed to do, I know I'm like that was God protecting me from something that could have happened to me. And I go on about my way. Those little things that used to make me so angry, I understand what they're
You used
for
to cuss
now.
them up, didn't you?
But I understand what they're for now. That's my protection.
See, if you had you had your mind where it should be,
you would know.
You would know. I know. I see things that I never saw before. The COVID was good for me. I know that sounds odd.
It was good for me too, Dad. Not the disease, but the time. That time of stillness. That was good for me.
I was still for that time, and I started to think. I went back over my life and said, "Look how good the Lord's been to me."
So good.
Oh, praise His name. It just makes me get a little happy even thinking about it. Think about the automobile accidents that I had.
That you
Cars and trucks was total. And here I am, even the little scar is gone. Praise
You didn't outlive the scar.
Oh, praise Him. Hey! Oh. And you know, old folks used to say things in prayers and so forth, and you used to laugh at them when you were young. But now that you've grown older, you are able to see what they were praying and testifying about.
Yep.
Oh, have mercy.
Now a testimony gives me joy. Because I know, because I've lived a little.
Done
lived and lost and gained.
Oh, how sweet it is. That name, Jesus. I remember the hot water heater, gas hot water heater, and what happened was the pipe on the stove, because trying to save money, neighbor and me put it together and didn't tighten it up, and that gas permeated the whole house. With me being in the house all day, my immunity to it had built up. But when my wife came in, who hadn't been in there all day, and it started to affect her. And Lord, see, when you get a little bit older, you think about dying all the time. I remember, put her in that ambulance. She said one word for 15 miles, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I was sort of like looking around a little embarrassed. Because the METs, the EMTs, they were of another persuasion. And here my wife calling on Jesus.
Doesn't matter, because you don't know where she was. Well, she had to fight back from.
Where we got to the hospital. Oh, I remember that day. And the doctor said, I don't know. He said, I gave her, I don't know, some kind of test that's so strong, it'll make your ears bleed. He said, I don't know. So he sat there and talked to me for a while. And he said, you got anything gas in your house? I said, yeah, hot water heater and a stove. And what we need to understand that through it all, he said, I got it. And he went back and came back, said, she's all right now. That he knew how to treat. And I know. I just want just a little awakening for all of us that we need to say, thank you, Jesus. And that brings us to a point about when you know that he died one Friday and he awoke on a Sunday morning with all power in his hands. And when he sat at the table and talked to his disciples, he told them, I might not do this with you again for a long, long time. But I do want you to remember me and what I went through for you. And that's the message that we have today is that as we take this communion, that we remember what he did for you and for me. Now he said during that time that he wanted you to take this part of communion that represent his broken body. Just think about it a little bit. And he said, eat this bread in remembrance of my body. Just think about how that body must have looked with all those, how they whipped him.
Mm-hmm. Scourged.
And he said, after you've taken that representation, you take the wine, which is representation of the blood that I left on Calvary. Drink. Oh.
And join us again next time when In His Will Ministries International presents Communion Service. Until then, bye.